Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Here's the first pitch. Hot shot. High fly ball. Deep right field, and this one is gone. A moonshot by Patrick Sullivan, and a hanging ball over the plate skies this one deep to right field. A 3-run homer in his debut, Patrick Sullivan.
And now we'll take you to the birthplace of baseball, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and Paul Downfield at historic Wacona Park.
Long hold, exhales, the 0-2. Hot shot, past the diving second baseman Ricciardi. Another RBI single. They're going to round the next runner, and there will be no throw. A 2 RBI single by Brian McHale, and the game has been flipped for the momentum, and now the Suns lead it by a score of 5-2.
And now, here are your hosts for Pittsfield Suns baseball: Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to beautiful Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field in Worcester, Massachusetts, as the Pittsfield Suns get ready to take FCBL playoff action against the defending 2018 FCBL co-champions, the Worcester Bravehearts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us along the ride as the Pittsfield Suns are in the playoffs yet again for tonight's tall task against the defending Worcester Bravehearts, the champions, co-champions of the 2018 season. Alongside me today is my broadcast partner, Colin Quinn. Colin, a big victory yesterday for the Suns, but a tall task tonight.
Huge victory yesterday for the Pittsfield Suns, but it's going to be a tough one here for the Suns. They got the Worcester Bravehearts on tap, a lineup that is filled with hitters and a bullpen that has magnificent pitching. One of the best pitching staffs, in my opinion, in the FCBL. Got to be tough for the Suns, but just got to wait on some pitches and hope to get yours and find some gaps and put some runs on the board early.
And plus, they're really going against one of the aces here of the Braveheart staff. Angelo Baez has been absolutely magnificent all year long. And there's only one reason why he didn't win the ERA title, because he did not qualify. He needed one more inning pitched. That's tough. But still, he is a magnificent pitcher. And the Pittsfield Suns, they do have Mike Noki on the mound, but a more power pitcher in Angelo Baez. They're really going to have to wait on pitches and really get the pitch count up against Baez to try to get him out early.
Yeah, no doubt. Got to sit on some pitches, be patient, but also take your pitches when you can and really get some hits on the board early. Suns have been struggling recently and picking up some hits. More recently, they picked up one hit in the entire 9 innings against the Brockton Rocks on Saturday. It was a little bit better yesterday against the Westfield Starfires, but this is not Westfield, this is not Brockton, this is Worcester, so you got to turn the page and really look forward to getting hits on the board and getting runs on the board very early in this game, especially if you want to get Angelo Baez out of this one.
For the Pittsfield Suns, they're 4-5 against the Bravehearts in the regular season. But speaking of the regular season, we're going to give you a trip around the FCBL, tell you what happened for the regular season for baseball, as well as playoff games on tap for tonight.
We'll take a look at the final standings of the FCBL. First, the Brockton Rocks have claimed the number 1 overall seed in the FCBL playoff. They are 31-23. They won their final 3 games of the season, and they were 7-3 to end out the season. The Bristol Blues right behind them, same record, 31-23. They take home the number 2 seed in the FCBL playoffs. They also won their final 3 games, and they were also 7-3 in their last 10 games. The North Shore Navigators come in with the number 3 seed in the playoffs. They have a game tonight. They were 30-25 this season, a game and a half back of the Rocks and Blues for first place. They lost their last 3 games, however, and they were 5-5 in their final 10. The Worcester Bravehearts, tonight's opponent for the Pittsfield Suns, they were 30-26 this season, 2 games back of the Rocks and Blues. They lost their final game of the season, and they're 7-3 to end the season. The Pittsfield Suns come in next, claiming the number 5 seed in the FCBL playoffs. 28-27 was their record. They were 3.5 games back of the Rocks and Blues. They won their final game of the season, and they come in struggling at a 3-7 last 10. The Nashua Silver Knights claimed the 6th and final seed in the FCBL playoffs this year. They were 27-27, a good 500, 4 games back of the first place Rocks and Blues. They won their final 4 games, and they were 5-5 in their last 10. The Westfield Starfires, the only team eliminated from the playoffs this summer, finished the season 15-41, 17 back of the Blues and Rocks, and unfortunately an 8-game losing streak to finish out their season, 1-9 in their last 10 games. We'll take a look at some action that happened yesterday. To close out the regular season, it was a busy day in the FCBL as the Brockton Rocks secured the number 1 seed in the FCBL playoffs last night after defeating the Worcester Bravehearts 10-2 from Campanelli Stadium in Brockton. The Bravehearts got the scoring going early when Chris Rinaldi grounded out into a double play. The Rocks would quickly answer when Gabe Gioso also grounded out, but the game was tied at 1. The Rocks' Tommy Kretzler would break the tie with a solo home run, which was one of his 4 RBIs and one of his 4 hits in the game. The Rocks would open things up in the 4th thanks to a 3-run home run from Eddie Hart. Tommy Kretzler connected for another home run in the game in the 6th, putting the game out of reach for Worcester, which captured the number 1 overall seed in the FCBL playoffs for Brockton. The Bristol Blues locked up the number 2 seed in the FCBL playoffs after defeating the North Shore Navigators 10-3 from Muzzy Field in Bristol. The Bristol Blues got the score going in the first when Sam Loden and Christian Beal each picked up RBIs. An error in the second brought home 2 more runs for Bristol and continued their thumping of the Navigators. In the end, it was Christian Beal who went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs in the game. All but one starter for Bristol registered a hit in the game. With a loss, the Navigators picked up the number 3 seed in the FCBL playoffs. The Pittsfield Suns ended their skid after picking up a 6-4 victory over the Westfield Starfires from Wacona Park last night. An error by Westfield and a bases-loaded walk to Nate Cormier put the Suns up early 3-0. 2 runs from the Starfires would cross the plate to make the game much closer than it should have been. Tommy Quinn and Jack Fox each picking up RBIs in that one. But the Suns would run away with the game in the 5th when Jack Kalumovic and Taylor Beckett picked up RBIs, putting the Suns ahead 6-2. On tap for today, 2 huge playoff games are scheduled. It's the number 3 seeded North Shore Navigators hosting the number 6 seeded Nashua Silver Knights at Fraser Field in Lynn, Massachusetts. The winner of that game will travel to Bristol tomorrow to take on the Bristol Blues. First pitch is scheduled for 7 p.m. tonight. And a huge win or go home takes place at Pittsfield here in Worcester as number 5 seeded Pittsfield Suns take on the number 4 seeded Worcester Bravehearts. The winner of this game will travel out to Brockton tomorrow to take on the number 1 seeded Brockton Rocks. That is your look around the FCBL from yesterday and a couple of big games on tap for today.
Yeah, for the Pittsfield Suns, really big game. As the last time that they won a playoff game was back in 2014, which was in Brockton. And because they won, the very next day, I was actually fired from my other job for calling the baseball game. I was fired because I was given 8 hours notice that, hey, you need to come in. I'm like, hey, I can't. Okay, here's your last check. Okay, that's perfectly fine. There's a reason why that business is no longer in existence, but that's a tale for another time. We're going to be right back, and we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, Colin, what's going on?
Well, I had a nice interview with one of the leaders on the Pittsfield Suns team this season, Jack Kalumovic. Jack is a returning player that we've mentioned throughout almost every broadcast. He's played second base, shortstop, designated hitter tonight. He has been one of the rocks so far for the Suns all season long. So I got a chance to talk with Mr. Kalumovic, and he had some really nice things to say about today's game and his leadership on the team this season.
You're listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey,
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the
Welcome back to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Colin Quinn standing here with infielder for the Pittsfield Suns, Jack Kalumovic. Jack, how are you today?
Doing great, Colin. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. As a returning player for the Pittsfield Suns, your leadership role probably has grown throughout the season. How has that happened?
Being able, after my redshirt, to play my first year of spring ball last year and play for the Suns last year, and especially with us having a young team this year, I feel like I not willingly stepped into a leadership role. A lot of guys have come to me asking me questions, and it's been really good. It's definitely different from last year, and I've just loved being able to pick these guys' brains as much as they pick mine.
Well, yesterday, a huge win against the Westfield Starfires at home. How big was it to pick up a win yesterday to come in with a win here today in the playoff game?
It's so big for team morale. Everybody's so positive headed into today, and having that win last night just gave us that extra boost to get ready for the playoffs.
Well, talk about the playoffs here today. You guys face the Worcester Bravehearts. What are your first overall impressions of Worcester?
I think our key for us to win today is to see a lot of pitches at first. And I think we got to really attack when we're given those pitches that we can hit. I know that our defense is going to be really key tonight. Our defense is going to be good, and I have no doubt that Noki's going to go out and do what he does. So as long as we get the starting pitcher out as soon as we can, then we should be in good shape.
You guys come in 4-5 against the Worcester Bravehearts this season. How locked in are the guys in the clubhouse today?
We've been locked in ever since we won last night. I mean, a lot of the guys wanted to take the bus last night and already head down here. We've been amped up today, and I think we're all itching to get started.
Yeah, as are we, the broadcasters, Billy and myself. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We hope that we are going to see another Pittsfield Suns baseball game. Jack Kalumovic, infielder for the Pittsfield Suns. Jack, thank you so much for joining me.
All right, thank you, sir.
We'll be right back on the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network at Hanover Insurance Park at Pittsfield in Worcester, Massachusetts. The Pittsfield Suns getting ready to take FCBL playoff action against the 4-seed Worcester Bravehearts. They are the defending champions of the 2018 season. Just had a meeting at home plate. Scott Davis, the home plate umpire for tonight's contest. First base umpire Brian Barnard and third base Dan Collins. Alex Dejon, the skipper for the Worcester Bravehearts, Pittsfield Suns, of course, Matt Gibman. But we're going to, right now, go over some quick tidbits of what the Suns need to do to get the victory today.
Well, you got to take your pitches against this hot starter for the Worcester Bravehearts, Angelo Baez. Get your pitch that you're looking for and hopefully hit it over the fence or get a double or even get a single, and hopefully your teammates can back you up after that. So that's definitely something for me, is to take pitches and be patient at the plate, but be aggressive at the plate when you can as well, because you're definitely going to need to be aggressive against this Worcester Bravehearts pitching staff. They have Baez going today, but they also have a great secondary guy that they can go to if Baez gets in trouble early, which is Sean Babineau, who started the All-Star game in Pittsfield.
It's going to be tough, again, for the Suns to face off against this Worcester Bravehearts team because, again, they're 4-5 against the Bravehearts this year. They are going against one of the best pitchers in the FCBL, qualifying ERA or not. He is a heavy hurler that the Suns are going to have to face off against. My key to the game, get to him quick, get to him often, make sure that you see a lot of pitches, especially people like, I don't know, coming off the top of my head, either Jack Cooney or Dom Hughes even, who has a ton of walks on the regular season.
No doubt.
He is going to be very much needed to see all of those pitches. Again, on average, he saw about 6 or 7 pitches per at-bat, which is phenomenal to see. Even though his average was down there, he makes up for it in the walks.
No doubt. Hughes was a great asset for the team. He really forced some walks. We saw Austin White of the Bristol Blues do the same thing, but Hughes was the guy for Pittsfield to really be patient up by the plate. His average wasn't too great. He would get 3-2 pitch, 3-2 counts, and he would walk or sometimes he would strike out, which is unfortunate, but his patience at the plate is key, and you're definitely going to need that today. And hopefully Jack Cooney, the leadoff hitter for the Suns, is able to start the game off just like that.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Madewell, Colin Quinn on the call at Hanover Insurance Park and Fitton Field in Worcester, Massachusetts, as the Pittsfield Suns just about to get underway and take on the 4-seeded Worcester Bravehearts in the winner-take-all wildcard game, with the winner headed to the FCBL semifinals, trying to get a hold of the 2019 FCBL championship. We're going to take a quick break and listen in to the national anthem. You've been listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the field for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem, presented by Car Financial Group, will be performed by Richard Bergeron. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wiggling, the bombs bursting in, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and star-spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Gentlemen, with the national anthem being sung, we are all set for FCBL playoff action and Pittsfield Suns baseball. We will now present you the starting lineup for your Pittsfield Suns.
Leading off for the Suns today will be the center fielder, number 7, Jack Cooney. At shortstop today and batting second is number 8, Troy Strack. Batting third today for the Suns. Back out in right field for the second consecutive game, number 27, Matt Malcolm. In the cleanup position is the catcher, number 13, Jackson Peterson. At first base and batting fifth will be number 29, Matt Valente. The designated hitter today is number 1, Jack Kalumovic. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 28, Taylor Beckett. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 34, Dom Hughes. And rounding things out for the Pittsfield Suns is the second baseman, number 5, Nate Cormier. They will oppose right-handed hurler for the Worcester Bravehearts, number 4, Angelo Baez.
Angelo Baez finished second in strikeouts in the league this year. He had a 5-1 record with 2 saves, a 1.63 ERA. He's a split starter, 6 starts, 14 appearances, 44 innings collectively pitched, giving up 31 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 15 walks to 62 strikeouts, which only leads the team by 2 over Chavaria.
Take a look at the defensive alignment for the Worcester Bravehearts. Angelo Baez is the pitcher. Riley Livingston will be catching from third to first. For the Bravehearts goes Rinaldi, Becker, Ricciardi, and Chelly. Out in the outfield from left to right is Martin, Johnson, and Thrasher. That's the defensive alignment for the home team, the Worcester Bravehearts.
Insurance Park at Fenton Field come as follows: 332 down the left field line, 357 in left center field, 385 in dead center field, 372 in right center field, and down the right field line, 313. Leading off the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns, center fielder number 7, Jack Cooney. Here's the first pitch of the 2019 FCBL playoffs. It's fouled back as this ball game starts off at 7:08 p.m.
Well, here we go. Let's see if Jack Cooney can lead the Suns off to something good here. Suns desperately need to start early.
This one yet again shot foul, and the count now is 0-2. For Cooney on the season, regular season, he batted .261, no homers, 9 RBI. Baez getting the sign from Livingston, has it, winds and deals. The 0-2 misses up and in as the count now shifts to 1-2.
Well, Cooney had an up and down summer with Pittsfield Suns. Had his high moments, had his low moments.
Just like any other ball player. Well, here's a low to start things off. That's a swing and miss for a strikeout. As here comes now the shortstop, number 8, Troy Strack. Strack, a late season addition with the Suns. But for Strack, in 14 games, he batted .243, no homers, 3 RBI. Great defensive infielder as a pitch. That's on the outside corner, a called strike. Count is 0-1 here for Baez. Baez with the sign. Lifts and deals as this one misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone.
Baez definitely a power thrower. Has some life to that fastball for sure. Not a strikeout guy.
A 1-1 that, just misses low, if not outside. And now the count is 2-1.
Troy Strack doesn't strike out too much. 7 strikeouts and 37 at-bats.
Strack out of Lyon College. And the pitch. This one chopped over towards the shortstop, Becker, who gloves, throws, and in time over to Chelly at first. 2 gone. Just a routine play there for Becker. Easily able to grab that one, bringing up the number 3 hitter, right fielder number 27, Matt Malcolm, led the Suns in hitting, batting .336, had 3 homers, 19 RBI. He was 7th in hitting in the league. First pitch, that misses up and in. The count is 1-0. Yesterday, all home teams won, which results in the Suns in the 5 seed, Worcester Bravehearts in the 4 seed. As, there's a big bender there from Baez, and now the count goes to 1-1.
Beauty breaking ball there from Baez. Matt Malcolm swinging right through that, looking to uppercut swing on that one.
Excuse me, Malcolm finished 6th. He actually improved over Mal Jerry. This pitch misses out of the zone, and now the count shifts to 2-1. Baez shakes off the sign, shakes off another, now has it. He'll kick and deal. The 2-1 does hit the outside corner. 2-2 now the count here for the Pittsfield Suns leading hitter, Matt Malcolm. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one a slow chopper over towards Mariano Ricciardi on second. Throw over to first, an easy 1-2-3 inning. As that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head to the home half of this ball game. No score between the Pittsfield Suns and the Worcester Bravehearts. And now we'll present to you for the first time the starting lineup for the aforementioned Worcester Bravehearts.
Well, for the Bravehearts, leading off will be their left fielder, number 28, Nicholas Martin, batting second. The second baseman, number 1, Mariano Ricciardi. Batting third is the right fielder, number 6, John Thrasher. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, number 16, Ben Rice. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 44, Chris Rinaldi. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 5, Mac Chelly. Batting seventh is the shortstop, number 2, Tyler Becker. Batting eighth is the catcher, number 27, Riley Livingston. And rounding out the order for the Worcester Bravehearts will be the center fielder, number 10, Trevor Johnson. They will oppose right-handed pitcher for your Pittsfield Suns, number 14, Mike Noki.
Noki in his second year with the Suns. He has a 3-2 record with a 5.90 ERA in 7 starts, 32 innings pitched. He's given up 47 hits, 29 runs, 21 of them earned, 11 walks to 25 strikeouts. But for Mike Noki, the past couple outings for him has not been in his favor. That coming from the all-star starter. Back on the 24th against the Starfires. Sure was a big comeback win for the Suns, but Noki in 2 2/3 gave up 10 earned runs. The real last time that he has had a productive outing, well, you go all the way back to either the All-Star game or before that on July 13th in a home game against the Bristol Blues in a 11-3 loss.
Been a tough go of it recently for Noki. Hasn't been able to find the zone, really. I was at that game against the Westfield Starfires on the road and just couldn't find it, and the Suns really didn't back him up. Just one run in the game, so we settled with a loss 5-1. Take a look now at the defensive alignment for the Pittsfield Suns. Mike Noki, as mentioned, will be on the hill. Jackson Peterson behind the plate. From third to first for the Suns will go Beckett, Strack, Cormier, and Valente. And now in the outfield for the Suns, from left to right goes Hughes, Cooney, and Malcolm. That is the defensive alignment for the Pittsfield Suns.
Leading off the contest offensively, that'll be for the Worcester Bravehearts. That is Nicholas Martin. The left fielder, number 28, Nicholas Martin, will kick things off. Martin batted .276 in regular season play, 2 homers, 13 RBI. First pitch misses outside, and the count is 1-0 here to Martin. Here's the next pitch from Noki. That one does hit the lower inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Noki does work extremely fast on the mound. Likes to get the ball and throw it right away.
The 1-1 popped high in the air, foul and out of play. That's going to hit the stands. And almost grabbed there by a patron, but unfortunately unsuccessful.
Very nice crowd on hand here, Hanover Field.
Now the 1-2 from Noki. Good slide there from Peterson, but that one well low and outside. Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field, always a pleasure to be here. As the 2-2, a chopper right back to Noki. He will glove that easily, lob it over to first to Valente, 1 gone. Now stepping up to the dish will be the second baseman, number 1, Mariano Ricciardi. Ricciardi, a .311 hitter in the regular season. No homers, 26 RBI, 35 walks to 16 strikeouts. This kid is an absolute wonder to watch, and he always has been. This one a hot shot. Speaking of a hot shot in the right field for a base knock, and the first hit of the ball game belongs to Mariano Ricciardi.
Well, there you go. You were just about to say how good he's been all season long, and last year you got to watch him as well. He is just the real deal out there when he plays. Mariano Ricciardi, first hit of the playoffs.
Right fielder number 6, John Thrasher, a .295 hitter in the regular season, 3 dingers, 20 ribbies. Ricciardi, he can run. He's only gone 2 for 5 in the regular season, however. As this one is lifted out into center field, and that one eats up the center fielder. He drops his glove, that being Cooney, and the throw comes in. An awkward play, but base knocked there for Thrasher on a back-to-back effort. Bring up the DH number 16, Ben Rice.
Oh boy, not the start you wanted if you were the Pittsfield Suns. You got the quick first out, but since then, 2 straight hits for the Worcester Bravehearts. Hopefully getting a ground ball here if you're Noki.
Ben Rice batted .392, 5 homers, 24 RBI. First pitch he sees is going to catch the inside corner against the lefty. Count is 0-1.
.392 hitter, Mr. Ben Rice. Wow, he was hacking the ball late in the season, came alive big time, had a huge hitting streak as well.
This one bounces in, gets away from the catcher, and that's going to advance the runners on the wild pitch. So a ball and a strike. Runners now on second and third.
That wipes out the double play option early in this one. Count 1-1. Now Noki's going to have to pitch to Ben Rice, which could be dangerous. 5 homers on the season, 24 RBIs, 40 hits. He's a guy that can definitely put the ball in play.
With a 1-1 count, fires this one on the lower inside corner. Rice could do nothing with it, so he watched it go by for a call and strike. Now 1-2. Noki has a sign as he toes the first base side of the rubber, and now the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off, and that gets into the stands, it appears. And we'll go again to 1-2. I got to say, that one of the amazing things here at Hanover Insurance Park at Pittsfield, 1, no sun delay, and 2, there's netting protecting us. Yourself and
that's right.
Myself
That's
included.
right.
Again, the 1-2 from Noki. Swung on yet again, fouled back. And yet again, we'll go to a 1-2 count.
Well, all eyes are not on just this game. The Nashua Silver Knights and North Shore Navigators are underway, and Nashua has taken a early 2-0 lead over the Navigators. Kyle Sandstrom with a 2 RBI single in that one. The top of the first, Nashua with the 2-0 lead.
The Brockton Rocks will face the lowest potential seed. And the Bristol Blues will take on the highest possible seed in the semifinals. Again, here's the 1-2. This one drops low and outside, now 2-2. So really, you're looking at it right now for, if you're Brockton, you could face one of 3 teams, the Nashua Silver Knights, the Pittsfield Suns, or the Worcester Bravehearts. A flurry of teams that they can face. Here's a 2-2. Hot shot. That goes into center field for a base knock. They're going to round the second runner. The throw is going to come in, but it's not going to be nearly in time. That's a 2 RBI single by Ben Rice. And just like the Nashua Silver Knights being early, it's an early 2-0 lead for the Worcester Bravehearts.
Not the start you wanted there at all if you're Noki. You had to pitch to Ben Rice after the wild pitch in the dirt early in the count, and he makes it pay for it. Bravehearts lead it early 2-0, and doesn't get any easier here as the Bravehearts lineup is just completely stacked with hitters.
Now the third baseman, number 44, Chris Rinaldi, will dig in. Rinaldi batted .264, had 2 homers, 11 RBI. And the pitch. That catches right in the zone, a called strike. Count is 0-1 here to Chris Rinaldi. It's an early 2-0 lead. Worcester leads it in the bottom of the first. Pickoff throw back over to first. Back in safely there is Rice. Setting from the stretch is Noki. And he delivers the 0-1, which is a chopper headed towards third. Thrown over to second is for 1, over to first, not in time. So that'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice. Beckett going to Cormier, but not enough time to head over to Valente. First baseman number 5, Mac Chelly will dig in. Chelly, .237 hitter in 40 games. A homer, 20 RBI. Don't let that one homer fool you. He is a big, beefy power hitter, as this one is chopped foul. And the count is 0-1.
Surprised just to see that one home run on the board for Chelly this whole summer. And it came out with Wacona Park that he did hit it, and it was a bomb straight away center field.
Another pickoff throw back over to first, keeping Rinaldi honest this time. Rinaldi was 3 for 6. He was a 50-50 stealing over towards second, third, and home as the pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. From the stretch, Noki. The 1-1. Pitch misses letter high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 gone, 2 men in. 2 RBI single by Ben Rice. Bravehearts lead it 2-0 here in the wild card game of the FCBL playoffs for 2019, as this one's absolutely yacked but foul. And the count now goes to 2-2.
I'm wondering how much of a leash that Mike Noki is on here. 2 outs in the inning. Hopefully he can get this batter out and get the team to the dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw over to second is way offline. The shortstop not backing up, but no advancement. That's a stolen base there for Chris Rinaldi.
Not a good throw there by Jackson Peterson. Wild, way offline. But like you said, shortstop Troy Strack for the Suns not backing up, so that one easily sailed in center field. Luckily, Chris Rinaldi did not advance to third on the play.
It'll be a payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Bravehearts lead it 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Noki with the pitch. Misses low and in, and that is another walk. Actually, I should say the first walk given up, but another base runner. Bringing up the shortstop, number 2, Tyler Becker. Becker batted .241, had 4 homers, 25 RBI. Noki will fire the first pitch outside against the lefty, 1-0. As the outing for Noki continues to be a bit of a disappointment here, he really has to settle down and get out of this inning.
Already 25 pitches on the board for Noki.
Here's the 1-0. This one, a chopper headed towards second. Gloving this one is Cormier. Flip over to first in time. That will finally end the inning. But 2 runs come aboard off of 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We now head through 1 full inning of play to the top of the second, where the Pittsfield Suns trail the Worcester Bravehearts by a current score of 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic. There safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now in the top of the second, the Pittsfield Suns, they trail it 2-0 back to live action. And the first pitch to the potential MVP of the 2019 season. It is Jackson Count is 0-1 for Peterson in the regular season. He's got the home run title with 9 homers, but he went 293 hitter, 39 RBI. A big cut and miss there. And the count now is 1-2. Baez has a 1-2 count and the pitch. Caught out and missed for strike 3. First baseman number 29, Matt Valente, will take in. Valente had a late surge of a season. He batted .258 at the end of it with a homer, 14 RBI.
Pittsfield Suns having a tough time making contact with the baseball off the hands of Angelo Baez.
First pitch fouled back. Here's the 0-1. That one misses high and in. A ball, a strike. The kick and the deal. The 0-1 lifted out into right center field. Going back, there is Thrasher, and he will reach up and make the grab. 2 gone.
Best contact we've seen by a Suns player off of Baez, but just a routine fly ball. Quick 2 outs in the inning.
Now the left-handed hitting DH, number 1, Jack Kolumovic. We talked to him before the game. Big improvement from last year. Improved his batting average by over 100 points. He's batting now .279 for the regular season, a homer, 10 RBI. First pitch he sees, cut on a miss for strike 1. Wind and the deal. The 0-1 that does hit at the knees on the inside part of the plate. Now the count quickly is 0-2. Baez trying to get out of this inning quite early. Here's a wind and the 0-2 from Baez. Swung on. This one lifted behind third towards short. And the third baseman actually is going to basket catch that. And that is going to end the inning. Excuse me. In the inning, it's another 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head through 1.5 to the bottom of the second. Pittsfield Suns trail 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
It'll be the number 8 hitter, catcher number 27, Riley Livingston, kicking off the bottom of the second. And the first pitch you'll see is in there, a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Livingston. Livingston on the year went 261, a homer, 10 RBI. As that pitch misses out of the zone, looked like low. And the count now 1 ball, 1 strike in the bottom of the second. 2-0 Bravehearts. 1-1. That one a check swing. He did go. And the count now 1-2 on the check swing and full swing. Noki with the windup and the 1-2. Hot shot up the middle. Strack can't get there. That's a base hit into center field.
Next man to play Bravehearts center field from Dartmouth, number 10, Trevor Johnson.
The center fielder, number 10, Trevor Johnson, the last man in the Worcester lineup to take his hags. Johnson in 20 games batted .358, no homers, 13 RBI. First pitch is in there, called strike, and the count is 0-1. Leading off first is Livingston, the catcher. Short lead. As Noki with the 0-1. This one a check swing on the inside swing that tied him up. Somehow made contact. Either way, that was going to be a strike, but it's a dead ball now. The count 0-2.
Well, the Bravehearts making really solid contact here with Noki early through the first round of their lineup. This is the number 9 guy, and almost everybody's had really nice contact off of Noki. Seeing the ball very well.
Now the next pitch called strike 3. Great fastball that hits the outside corner. And that is a big strikeout and the boost of confidence for Noki. So bring out the leadoff hitter, Nicholas Martin. He grounded out to Noki.
Well, it looks like the outing was going to start off pretty good for Noki as he got the batter here, Martin, to ground back to him, but after that, 3 straight hits, fielder's choice, a walk. It all went downhill from there.
Pickoff throw over to first. Back in safely. From the stretch and the first pitch. That's in there, a call strike. Count is 0-1. Okay, gathers a sign, peeks first and sets. Long hold, the 0-1. On a chopper headed towards Becker. That be Strack. Cormier, then throw over to first. Not in time, just beating it out. So that'll be a fielder's choice, 6-4. And it will be Martin replacing Livingston for Mariano Ricciardi. A single to right, he later scored. He led the team in the regular season in RBI. With 26 of them. Really a well-oiled machine all around for the Bravehearts when it came to the hitting discipline. And the first pitch, high drive deep to center. Going back is Cooney, but he's underneath it, and he'll make the final out of the inning. So in the inning, no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Through 2 full to the top of the third, Bravehearts lead the Suns by a score of 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Welcome back to Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field in Worcester, Massachusetts. Again, this is the wild card play-in game. It's a winner-take-all matchup between the Pittsfield Suns and the Worcester Bravehearts. It is the top of the third, and the Suns will bring up third baseman number 28, Taylor Beckett. Baez has a sign in the first pitch. That's fouled back. Count is 0-1. Beckett batted only 151, 2 homers, 10 RBI. Only played in 23 games. As the 0-1 drops low and outside. Good pitch from Baez, but no bite. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Beckett showed a little bit of life yesterday in a win over the Westfield Starfires, going 2-for-4 with a double, 2 RBIs in the game, picked up a run as well.
That pitch a little bit brushes him back there. As the count now is 2-1.
But as mentioned, he struggled for most of the season, hitting just 151 total, 10 RBIs, 11 hits.
Now the 2-1 driven over our head, and that one probably going all the way to the straight behind us. And the count now goes to 2-2. Baez now has a sign, the 2-2. Oh, that little chin music there brushed him back. He had to do the limbo there. But he's smiling the entire time. So the count is now full 3-2 here for Taylor Beckett facing off against Angelo Baez. Baez already has a sign. Getting back into the box is Beckett. Baez the wind and the payoff. Fly ball foul. Go again to 3-2. Suns out in their road black mesh uniforms. White Suns edged out in yellow on the front. Same with the numbers on the back. Red numbers on the left abdomen. Gray pants with a black trim down the side. Red cap, black brim. Black cap, black brim with the Suns P logo. As a 3-2 misses outside. That's a first base runner for the Suns. Bring up the left fielder number 34, Dom Hughes. For Hughes, he batted 189, 2 homers, 6 RBI, had 31 walks to 23 strikeouts, however. So a patient hitter, and that's exactly what the Suns need right now.
Taylor Beckett only with 8 walks all regular season, picked up number 9 there in total. Doesn't get on base too much, but a very productive at-bat, fouling off some tough pitches from Baez.
First pitch that misses low and in against the lefty. 1-0 here to Hughes.
Hughes also struggled in average at the plate, but as Billy mentioned, 31 walks on the season, led the team this season.
Pick a throw back to first. And again, if the Suns want any sort of success, they need to get to Baez, and they need to up the pitch count because he is a deadly pitcher. The 1-0 hits the outside corner, and that's called strike 1.
It's interesting how quickly Baez gets the ball and is already towing the rubber. Pittsfield Suns batters have to get out of the batter's box, take a breather before they can see the next pitch. Baez always ready to go.
1-1, that drops low. Now 2-1 here to Hughes.
Hughes did have 2 home runs in the season, or on the season.
Another pickoff throw back to first. Beckett diving back safely.
One of them, go ahead, Billy.
Bravehearts coming out in their home white uniforms. Worcester in a lime green white on the front. Blue numbers on the front as well as last names and numbers on the back as this one's ripped foul. Count is 2-2. White pants with a blue trim down the side. Also have blue underarms going down the seam of their sides. Blue cap with a lime green brim and the Worcester W. White edged out in yellow as the cap insignia. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody gone. Runner on first. Suns trail 2-0, top 3. A swing. He did go, gets away from the catcher, but that is going to be a swinging strikeout and a wild pitch.
Well, you take the base runners on any way they can come, and a strikeout, and you get to go on the wild pitch. For the Pittsfield Suns, you got 2 runners on, nobody out, 1 out. Nobody out. Oh, you don't get to advance. That's too bad.
Oh, that's right. There was a runner on first. So that will go down as a strikeout swinging. Advancing to second on the wild pitch will be Taylor Becker. Almost forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
So now it'll be the second baseman donning the number 10 today, Nate Cormier. Here's the last man to step up to the dish. Cormier, 191 hitter, no homers, 21 RBI. First pitch he sees is swung on, going out into shallow right, and the right fielder will not be able to make the play. Thrasher came in, just could not find it. Also had to battle the sun a bit, but that'll be a base knock there for Nate Cormier. Runners on the corners and only 1 gone for the leadoff hitter, Jack Cooney.
Back to the top of the order for the Suns. Really important that you get at least 1 run in this inning. Guy 90 feet away, just 1 out in the inning.
Shelley holding the runner on as Baez has the sign and the pitch. Curve and a beauty, backdoors him. What a pitch from Baez, and the count is 0-1. Baez had the sign, but a quick pickoff throw over to first, back in safely. Is Cormier. Another pickoff throw over to first, not even a step. That was it for the somewhat dive back, if you will. Baez again having the sign, the 0-1. Caught on a miss for strike 2 from Cooney, just swung right through it.
See if the Suns get aggressive here. Send the runner at first, Cormier, over to second.
Pickoff throw over to first. Again, back in safely is Cormier. On third is Beckett. On first is Cormier. And the 0-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Second time that Cooney's down on strikes. And that is the 4th overall. Troy Strack. He grounded out to short, but now the Pittsfield Suns, they need a base hit now. They can't just fly ball out into center. And it looks like it was a pass ball, not a wild pitch. Curveball, clips the inside corner. Great pitch at that. Another pickoff throw back over to first. Nearly got away from Chelly. No balls, 1 strike, 2 gone. Runners on the corners for the Suns. Angelo Baez, the 0-1 count, sets. And the runner goes. A pitch. This one goes right to the second baseman. Underneath the foot there of Baez. Well, a greatly hit ball, but really just right down at him. So that will unfortunately end the inning for the Suns after a bit of a rally on the fielder's choice for unassisted. In the inning, no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We now head through 2.5 to the bottom of the 3rd. It is 2-0. The Worcester Bravehearts lead the Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Bottom of the third, 2-0. Bravehearts lead the Suns. And for the visiting Pittsfield Suns, that's right, visiting, they're having a tough time against Angelo Baez, really not getting much up against them. And it'll be the heart of the order here in the bottom of the third. Thrasher, Rice, Rinaldi. And all three men have reached base. They've gone 2 for 3 with 2 total RBI and a run scored. A single and a run scored for John Thrasher his last time up. And the first pitch hits in there, a called strike, 0-1.
Huge part of the order for Noki to face in this inning. And set him down 1, 2, 3. That'd be huge for his morale at least.
Pitch. Oh, that one got a piece of him, so that's going to be a hit by pitch. And now here's the DH, Ben Rice, a 2 RBI single last time up. Run around first in Thrasher. First pitch misses low and in. A ball, a strike. No strikes, rather. Right now, our view is blocked for the Pittsfield bullpen. Not sure if anyone's in there. The runner goes. This one fouled off. And retreating back to first will be Thrasher.
This is probably one of the best bats in the lineup here today for the Worcester Bravehearts and Ben Rice. Already 2 RBIs back in the first inning. Got the scoring going for Worcester. He's always a danger when he steps inside that left-handed batter's box.
Pickoff throw back to first just to keep Thrasher honest after he attempted to seal, but the foul ball pushed him back. Noki. The runner goes, had a huge jump, but again, another foul ball makes him retreat back to first.
Boy, that ball was launched way over the ballpark. Probably on the street that allows you to come into the ballpark.
Probably all the way going to Fitton Ave.
Probably.
If not, then College Street. Could thank my iPhone, the map app, for that. It's a 1-2 count. Nobody gone. Run around first in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2. Bounces in. The runner will go. Peterson throw over to second and not in time. That'll be a wild pitch advancing Thrasher. So now a runner on second following the wild pitch. Now Rice has a chance to get a third runner across. Check on second and the 2-2. In the dirt, no advancement this time as the count is now full at 3-2.
Now you have to give one of the best hitters in the lineup for the Bravehearts a pitch to hit. Unless you want to try to bounce one in the dirt and make him chase. Which doesn't look like he is going to do. He's a really patient hitter up there as Ben Rice.
Here is the payoff, and it misses low and in. That's going to walk another runner. Bringing up Chris Rinaldi, who grounded into a fielder's choice. So runners on first and second, nobody gone. As a first pitch that misses below the knees, 1-0.
Take a look around the FCBL. Currently, The Nashua Silver Knights and North Shore Navigators going on 5-2. Nashua leads it. There's the other playoff game going on in the FCBL.
Corner infielders actually creeping up in the infield, expecting a potential bunt. And the pitch hits a lower outside quadrant. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Matt Valente over at first, creeping in, expecting maybe a bunt, try to force the runners over to second and third with just 1 out. We'll see what the strategy is from the Bravehearts.
This one flashing a bunt, pulling it back. It misses out of the zone, now 2-1. Noki will finally set with a sign. The 2-1, flashing bunt again. This one going down the third base line. And let's see, hits the base. Perfectly placed bunt there for Rinaldi. And that will go down as a base hit.
Well, absolutely. You can do nothing there if you're Taylor Beckett over at third base. He played it the smart way and hoped it would kick foul. He let it go all the way till it touched the base. Unfortunately, it's a fair ball, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out here for the Bravehearts.
Here comes the entire infield, including Brandon Shalikas. They're going to go over a stretch, and it's hard to get away unscathed with an inning where you have the bases loaded against and nobody gone. So we'll certainly see how this one's going to play out, but Shalikas really needing to talk to Mike Noki as the infield all pass him down. Gives him the vote of confidence. So he's good. Go ahead.
I would assume somebody is warming up in the bullpen for the Pittsfield Suns currently. To our vantage point, are not able to really see down the right field line, but looks like some guys are walking down there currently, so it looks like we'd have some action in the Suns bullpen here.
Looks like Dylan Faircloth was signaling for it as the first pitch misses been into Mac Chelly. Count is 1-0 here to Chelly. You can't put him anywhere. You have to go right at him. From the stretch is Noki, and the pitch. This is high now, 2-0.
Well, there's nowhere to put him here, so you got to come right at him eventually. 1 more ball till you walk.
Noki, the 2-0. Ooh, that looked good, but it's rolled out of the zone. Must have missed outside. Look good here, but a potential free pitch here for Chelly. He could be mashing away. We don't know. But it's a 3-0 count. And the pitch. Mashing away he does, and it gets into center field for a base hit. Center fielder will throw in, and that will reload the bases on an RBI single by Mac Chelly, which reloads the bases. Now it's 3-0 Bravehearts.
Swinging away on the 3-0 pitch was Chelly, and he really just looped it into center field. And another run on the board for Worcester.
Looks like there's more pitchers going out now to the bullpen. See John Morrison out there, as well as Matt Schneider would be a catcher. Morrison, if the Suns win, he's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, but they're going to try to get out now.
There goes Robbie Cobb down there as well, Dante Moran. Everybody really starting to make their way down there, obviously, with the shows of Noki here in the bottom of the third inning. Nobody out, bases loaded, already 1 in.
First pitch misses high and away against the lefty Becker. So it's a count of 1-0, 3-0. Bravehearts lead it. Noki, the 1-0. And hits the outside corner. Ball a strike. Nobody gone. Bases loaded. On third is Rice. Second, Rinaldi. First, Chelly. From the stretch is Noki. And the 1-1. This one drilled down the first base line. The throw will come home for the sure out, and that's a fielder's choice. 3-2.
Well, smart play there by Valente. Can't really allow any more runners with the way that the Pittsfield Suns have been swinging the bat. 3-0 lead already for Worcester, and smart play by Valente to get the shutout at home. 1 out, a ground ball puts a double play in perspective, and hopefully the Suns are able to run it up and only allow 1 in the inning.
Riley Livingston, a single to center to kick off the second, but the bases, yet they're still loaded as a swing and miss comes through. Count is 0-1 here to Livingston, who is a native of College of the Holy Cross. He plays his spring ball here. So he's very familiar with his ballpark and every essence of it, more than anyone else.
No doubt.
Shaking out the sign. Now he will set. The 0-1. Hot shot up to short. Flip over to second. Throw over to first. Wild. And that got in the stand. That'll advance. 1 runner coming home. Now 2. And now it's 5-0 Bravehearts.
That's been a struggle all season long for the Pittsfield Suns. Turning that double play. Strack really struggled to get it out of the glove. Flipped it over to Cormier. And Cormier made an errant throw way over the head there of Valente. 2 runs in for the Bravehearts.
So now that's a runner on second. And now it's 5-0. Here's a first pitch fouled back. Count is 0-1. So on second is Livingston. He got an RBI out of the fielder's choice. Advances to second on the year. Now the 0-1. Pitch that misses inside. Peterson trying to frame, unsuccessful. Right now it's 4 earned against Noki, 1 unearned. On the stretch, Noki, the 1-1. Pitch misses up and in. Now 2-1. Hitting the strike zone has been the real struggle for Noki, and when he does throw it on the plate, it's been just straight shot, singled, or runs coming aboard, what have you. Step off from Noki now. .58 pitches already thrown, 35 for strikes. Noki, and the 2-1. Shot headed towards second. Going to grab this one is Cormier. He'll flip over to first, and that will end the inning. But not before. 3 runs come aboard off of 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We now head through 3 full to the top of the 4th. It is now 5-0. Bravehearts lead the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey,
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Pittsfield Suns, heart of the order, 2 up. You have Malkin, Peterson, Valente, but combined 0 for 3, at least in the first time through. As you can definitely tell that the Pittsfield Suns really missing the bat of Mark Coley. This one is fouled way back. And the count is 0-1.
Well, the already heart of the order up for Pittsfield here. Got to do some damage. Got to work the count. Got to get some solid contact here off of Baez.
As here comes the second pitch from Baez. Misses low and away. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Baez has a sign. Here's a wind and the 1-1. Curveball, tapped foul. Almost back into play, but Livingston catches it barehanded off a little bit of English, but count is 1-2.
It's not the first time that the Suns are seeing Baez. Saw him just recently, July 28th, went 6 innings, give up 7 hits, 2 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in the game.
A check swing, and that one almost got a piece there. Jackson Peterson in the on-deck circle.
Also saw him for a little stint at Wacona Park early in the season on June 4th. He went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in the game as well.
This one in the dirt, and the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. As readjusting the cleats, it looked like. With an exhale, Baez winds and deals. A 2-2 is a hot shot right to the shortstop, Becker, who snares it right out of midair. What a fantastic play from Becker, just absolutely snatching that one.
Suns can't catch a break here, man. That's a great catch out there by the shortstop, Becker. But fortunately for the Suns and Matt Malcolm, he's retired. That's just 1 out on the board.
Jackson Peterson, a swinging strikeout his first time up. Baez with the first pitch. Missing upstairs, about letter high. 1-0. Now the 1-0, that one misses outside. 2-0 the count to Jackson Peterson. I'd like to thank all of you watching in on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Shake of the head. No, a nod. The wind and the pitch. Misses letter high again, and now the count is 3-0 here to Peterson. Peterson yesterday going 0 for 3, then replaced. He was batting .301. All he needed was a hit. Unfortunately, did not come to fruition. Here's a 3-0, misses outside. That's ball 4 on 4 pitches. So the Pittsfield Suns will have a base runner for first baseman Matt Valente. On the stretch is Baez, and the first pitch. This one is fouled way back, and the count is 0-1. Pickoff throw back over to first. Chile able to grab that one after stepping to the side.
Seen a couple of those already. A little test over there for Chelly.
This pitch, that's in there. Good changeup, and the count is now 0-2.
Valente probably beating himself up after that one. Right over the heart of the plate, a changeup. Probably fooled him looking for some off-speed breaking ball stuff, but got the changeup right down the heart of the plate.
This pitch just missing the outside corner, and I do mean just. Count is 1-2.
Wow, that just missed off the outside corner. I think we're at Wacona Park, and we had a couple of different umpires that we've had up there. That probably was strike 3.
Baez with the 1-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network at Hanover Insurance Park at Pittsfield. Billy Madewell and Colin Quinn on the call. As right now we are in the top of the 4th with 2 gone to run around first. This is Jack Klumovic taking in. Pittsfield Suns trail the Worcester Bravehearts 5-0. First pitch, a check swing. Did he go? Of course not. Count is 1-0. As readjusting, will toe the rubber. Short lead on first for Peterson. And the 1-0. This is low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Jack Lomovic, again, his second year with the squad. Go back to last year for Klumovic. Again, he batted only 165. He's come all the way back to bat 279 as this one goes to second base. Jumping up and making the catch is Ricciardi as the Suns continue to get robbed by the defensive output by the middle infielders. So on a weak humpback line drive via pop out. And we'll end the inning as the Pittsfield Suns get no runs off no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We now head through 3.5 to the bottom of the 4th we go. 5-0 Bravehearts lead the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There is no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now the bottom of the 4th and the top of the lineup for the hosting Worcester Bravehearts. Starting with Nicholas Martin, who is 0 for 2. He reached last time on a fielder's choice. Noki still out there. This is his 4th inning of starting work. And the first pitch, that's in there, a called strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1, this one bounces away. And the count now is 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's fair to say that I'm a little bit surprised that Noki is back out there for the top of the 4th inning with the top of the order due up for the Worcester Bravehearts.
Here's a 1-1. That one a great breaking ball. That's in there. A called strike, now 1-2.
But it seems like head coach Matt Gemmon trusts in Noki to get the job done here in the 4th.
That's a base knock into center field. This will bring up Mariano Ricciardi. He is 1 for 2. A fly out to center to end the 2nd his last time up.
They don't know I want to win.
Noki checks first. Now he'll set from the stretch. First pitch misses in. Peterson with a quick snare there. And the count is 1-0.
Bravehearts already 7 out of their 9 starters have base hits in this game. Really getting to Noki early, and
it's the 3rd time through the lineup at that as well. Runner bluff goes as it was a pitch out perfectly timed. Pitch is outside now, 2-0.
Only two batters that don't have hits yet, Tyler Becker, the 7-hitter, and the number 9 hitter, Trevor Johnson for Worcester. Just one hit on the board so far for Pittsfield.
2-0. Hot shot over the shortstop head going into left center field. The left fielder going to backhand it. The throw will come in headed towards third. That is actually going to be a double for Ricciardi, who advances over to second on the play. Now time being called. So now runners on second and third for John Thrasher, who is 1 for 1 with a single hit by pitch, 2 runs scored. And now the infield got to come in here. They're wasting no more time. And the first pitch, that just misses outside at the knees. A called ball, and the count is 1-0.
Some real throwing going on in the bullpen. Looks like Dante Moran getting going up in the Suns bullpen down the right field line.
Next pitch is foul tipped. Back into the mitt there, Peterson. 1 ball, 1 strike.
See how long it takes for Noki to exit this game should Thrasher reach. I would assume he would keep going if he was continuing to retire these Bravehearts hitters.
The 1-1 as a chopper that went off the foot. Time is called as Beckett is twisting and turning and playing around. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody gone, runners on second and third. Infield playing in if they need to. They'll throw home, trying to put out Martin. They can't afford any more runners. 1-2. Oh, not called a strike over the outside part of the plate. Noki thought he had him, but it just misses outside. Now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the pitch misses low, and the count is out full at 3-2.
Got to find a put-away pitch if you're Noki. He's had a couple of hitters here tonight with 2 strikes on him, maybe 1 or 2 balls, but he hasn't been able to find that put-away pitch to any of the batters, and the batters have been reaching frequently on Noki. 8 hits given up.
Now the payoff swung on and missed on ball 4, but now makes it strike 3. Great way to fool him there, as this will bring up Ben Rice with runners on second and third. And Rice already has 2 ribbies in the contest back in the first. 2 RBI single into center field. Noki sets from the stretch, and the pitch. That misses low, if not outside as well, 1-0. Here now the 1-0. Hot shot past the shortstop going into center field. They're going to round a second runner, and now they're going to hold him up, but he blows through the stop sign. Doesn't matter. Another 2 RBI single by Ben Rice, and the Bravehearts are all over the Suns. It is 7-0.
Well, that'll be it for Mike Noki. Matt Gedman finally comes out and pulls Noki. Difficult outing for Mike Noki for sure. Not the outing he wanted. Just didn't have it here tonight.
So Noki will go back to the dugout. And now, again, it is still the bottom of the 4th. 1 gone with a runner on first. We'll be right back with the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns, trying to salvage what they can here. It's number 26, Dante Moran. He will be the new pitcher in the ball game, replacing Mike Noke, who did not have a start to continue his late season struggles. So for Dante Moran, in 4 appearances, he has an 0-1 record with a 6.75 ERA. He's only played in 4 games, 4 appearances, 6 2/3 innings pitched, given up 7 hits, 5 runs all earned, 1 walk to 4 strikeouts. It was a late season addition for the Suns, really predominantly after the FCBL All-Star game. So this will bring up Chris Rinaldi with a runner on first, 2 runs in. It is 7-0. Bravehearts lead it over the Suns. And the first pitch that misses below the knees, now 1-0.
We saw Dante Moran pitching yesterday's game against the Starfires. He went 2 innings, solid 2 innings. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts in the game.
1-0, hot shot into right center field. Going back is the right fielder, Malcolm. And this one is going to one-hop and hit the wall. They're going to round a runner as, let's see, they're going to throw to third, and it's not going to be there in time. An RBI triple by Chris Rinaldi. It is 8-0. Bravehearts just a hit machine right now. 8 on the scoreboard.
And that will close the line there on Mike Noke. Not the start that he wanted, not the appearance that he wanted, and Dante Moran comes in, gives up a triple here, 1 out. Still in the bottom of the 4th, still plenty of time for Pittsfield to make a comeback. We've seen it happen before this season, but things aren't looking good right now.
Pitch misses up and in to Chelly. Count is 1-0. 3 1/3, 22 batters face, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 9 hits, including a double, 2 walks, a hit batsman, 2 wild pitches, 2 strikeouts. He threw 74 pitches, 44 for strikes. As that pitch is fouled out back to the mid. Count 1 ball, 1 strike to Mac Chelly. An RBI single his last time up, and with a runner on third, the infield is in. Got some Suns fans here in attendance as this pitch is fouled off. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mac Chelly. Moran with the 1-2. At a breaking ball, just misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 runs in the inning. Again, it's 8-0. Moran with the 2-2. Pitch misses low and in. And it'll be a payoff pitch with 1 gone and a runner 90 feet away. Here's a payoff, a high pop-up going in the field of play, and let's see if it'll stay there. It will not. It will hit the netting.
Brilliant job, Mr. Net. Well done, sir. And he gave it to a kill. How about that?
From the stretch, and again the payoff. Swung on, foul back yet again, and we'll go again 3-2.
The other game in the FCBL currently, Nashua Silver Knights still have the lead, but the North Shore Navigators creeping back in. 6-4 is the score in that one. Should the Silver Knights win, they will head to Brockton.
And set out swing, headed towards first, and making a basket catch there will be Valente. A throw over to third. Sliding, able to grab that one was Beckett. In a weird play as well, Cormier went to a shortstop side and played for a shift. Now 2 gone for Tyler Becker. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Moran has a sign, and the pitch. This is up and away. A ball, no strikes here to Tyler Becker. Here now the 1-0. Lifted into left field. Getting underneath this is Hughes. And he will reach up and make the final out of the inning. And in the inning, 3 runs come aboard for the second straight inning. 4 hits this time. No errors and 1 man left. We now head through 4 full to the top of the 5th. It's all Worcester, 8-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now for the Pittsfield Suns, they have a tall task against them ever so as we head to the top of the 5th. They trail 8-0, and they still need to get Baez out of the game because right now for the Pittsfield Suns, they've only reached on base 3 times, 2 off walks, 1 off a base hit. That's right, the Suns right now being 1 hit. So Taylor Beckett, a winner of one of those 2 rare walks, as the first pitch he sees, well, it's Baez trying to make up for it with a pitch that's called strike, the lower outside corner. The 0-1, count on a miss now for strike 2.
Baez up to 61 pitches now in the game.
There's plenty of gas left in the tank. Swung on, fouled out first base side. So we'll go again to 0-2. As this pitch misses up, and the count now is 1-2. 62 pitches, 39 for strikes. As the 1-2 misses high, now it's 2-2.
Suns have been patient in this game. They have taken a couple of pitches, but just haven't been able to make contact off Baez. And they knew coming in how much of a flamethrower that Baez is and how difficult he is to hit.
Pitch misses in, and the count is 3-2. Actually, there's only one person who swung on the first pitch and was able to get something out of it, Nate Cormier, a single to right. Otherwise, everyone's at least been seeing at least 3 pitches. This one hit high in the air towards right. Going to chase is the right fielder Thrasher. And in fair territory, he will make the grab. Now this will bring up the left fielder, number 34, Dom Hughes. He struck out swinging his previous time up.
Left fielder, number 34 from Kansas State, Dom Hughes.
Pretty good horizon here, looking at the skyline in Worcester. First pitch. This is outside against the lefty, 1-0. Next pitch that does hit in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone. As the Pittsfield Suns really struggling against Baez. And Colin, what is the one big thing for Baez that's really gotten it going?
He's locating his pitches well, and he's getting that strikeout pitch that he needs, or that put-away pitch at least.
So 1-1 misses low, and the count is 2-1.
Something that Mike Noki wasn't able to do in his outing. Wasn't able to get away or get that put-away pitch low enough or out of the zone enough.
Pitch hits the outside corner, now 2-2.
Baez has been excellent, and the Suns knew it coming in how good he is, and they're witnessing it right here.
As this pitch misses up and away, now it'll be a payoff pitch. Dom Hughes, again, had more walks and strikeouts during the regular season.
He had 31 walks this season, which was 4th in the FCBL behind Mariano Ricciardi of Worcester, Kyle Sandstrom of Nashua, and Austin White with a whopping 59 for Bristol.
Which I believe is an FCBL record. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Down goes Hughes for his second strikeout, bringing up Nate Cormier, the number 10 second baseman. A single to right his last time up, but the Suns need to get some sort of offense going, and soon. Here's the windup and the pitch. Check swing on the inside corner, called strike anyway. As this one's a chopper over towards Becker, who gloves. He'll throw over to first in time for the final out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Again, it's a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Suns for the third inning this ball game. We're through 4.5 to the bottom of the 5th we go as Worcester leads Pittsfield by a whopping 8-0 margin. We'll be right back with more Pittsfield Suns baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Now for the Pittsfield Suns, they head to the bottom of the 5th and they trail the Worcester Bravehearts by a current score of 8-0. Only one hit on the board for the Suns to Worcester's 10. Dante Moran in for his first full inning of work, facing off against Riley Livingston. First pitch And the strike zone, a called strike 0-1.
Well, I really liked Moran's improvement. Only been here for, this is now his 5th game, but he struggled in his first outing at home. This is his first appearance on the road this season.
As this one's fouled back, and the count is now 0-2. Well, of course, for the postseason, as we saw Matt Clarkin, really predominantly a road warrior, that the exact opposite for Dante Moran in his 4 outings in the regular season.
Right.
Moran has a sign. He'll wind, and the 0-2. He fires, and it's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Riley Livingston, who is 1 for 2. An RBI fielder's choice his last time up, grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice. And it almost put out 6-4-3 double play, but it was thrown into the stands. Pitch misses up and in. Now 2-2. Moran fires. 2-2. That is a breaking ball, but it misses upstairs. Not enough break to it, and the count is full.
Well, for the Suns, haven't had a clean inning really at all. Second inning wasn't terrible.
And this one misses low outside, and the only clean inning that they really had, or if you want to call it that, was the second. They gave up no runs. Otherwise, it's been 2 runs in the first, 3 in the third and fourth. Trevor Johnson 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here is the first pitch, misses low, and the count is 1-0 here to Johnson. It's also, I believe, MLB action, what's happening around. Just saw that the Red Sox, coming off a 4-game sweep against the Yankees, getting swept, that is. Saw that you showed a big homer, as this one's a big high fly ball headed towards first, but looks like this one's going to get out of play.
We'll take a look at some MLB scores. Milwaukee Brewers lead at 5-1 over the Pittsburgh Pirates in the top of the 5th. The Yankees just put on a couple of runs over the Orioles. They lead at 4-1 in the top of the 5th. White Sox and Tigers battling it out in Detroit. They're in the top of the 4th. Score is 2-2. Red Sox are back home at Fenway. They lead the Kansas City Royals 3-0. New York Mets over the Miami Marlins 2-0.
Check swing foul, 1-2.
In the bottom of the 5th, the Texas Rangers have a 1-0 lead over the Cleveland Indians. Bottom of the 5th as well at the Trop, where the Toronto Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. The Cincinnati Reds have the 6-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th over the Los Angeles Angels. The Chicago Cubs have a 1-0 lead over the Oakland Athletics in the bottom of the 2nd.
1-2 is a chopper headed towards short, and it's bobbled out there by the shortstop. That'll be an error on Strack.
Top of the 2nd, Braves and Twins. No score in that one. Already finalized in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Mets beat the Marlins 6-2. Later to come today, the Phillies and Diamondbacks, Nationals and Giants, Cardinals and Dodgers will happen from LA at 10:10.
Leadoff hitter Nicholas Martin, a single into center's last time up, his first hit. 1 for 3 on the day as the first pitch is lifted out into shallow center. Coming in will be the center fielder Cooney, who will grab it, fall, and make the grab. Not sure why he fell, just lost his balance, but he's able to make the grab nonetheless.
Immediately goes down to one knee, ties his shoe there. Must have tripped over the laces of some sort.
I think that might have been it. Thankfully, he's not hurt. That's what I thought it was initially. Mariano Ricciardi is 2 for 3 on the day with a double and 2 runs scored. From the stretch is Moran, and the pitch. This one to chopper headed towards second. Past the diving second baseman. They're going to round another runner. Let's see, the throw home is high, and it is not in time. That'll be an RBI single by Mariano Ricciardi, advancing a second on the play. And now it is 9-0 Bravehearts.
Well, the Bravehearts came out swinging in this game, and there's no denying that. They've got 11 hits on the board, 9 runs. They've been feeling it real good here. They've just been swinging the bat so well. This home crowd is very pumped up.
Mariano Ricciardi singles, heads to second. Now runners on second and third. The infield will be in. 9-0. First pitch. This one misses outside to John Thrasher, who is 1 for 2 on the day. 2 runs scored, a single, hit by pitch, and strikeout in the first, third, and fourth innings, respectively. Here's the next pitch. A high fly ball heading into shallow right. Incoming is the right fielder, Malcolm. And Malcolm will collect it. The throw home. And let's see, he is. No, it's bobbled by the catcher. Throw over to third is low, and they can't get him either. That'll go down as a sacrifice fly for John Thrasher. Double digits, a 10 spot. Worcester all over the Suns, 10-0.
Well, it's been a nightmare game for the Pittsfield Suns, and this ballpark has been a nightmare all season long for Pittsfield. They are 1-3 here at Pittsfield. They lost 4-2 early in the season, won a game 18-6 in the blowout, but the other 2 games were blowouts. 15-6 loss, 9-2 loss. Hasn't been good here at all for the Pittsfield Suns in Worcester.
Now this would be Ben Rice, who's got 4 ribbies on the day. He tries to get 5 and 6 there with a swing, but it's fouled off. And now the 0-1, that misses upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Suns down by 10 now, and they only have 1 hit to Worcester's 11. That run for Johnson is unearned, and any other runs in the inning will be unearned. Pitch that gets in there, a called strike, 1-2. Riley Livingston run that is earned, however. Now the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner will end the inning. 2 more runs come aboard off of 1 hit, 1 error, and a man left. We head now through Feinfold to the top of the 6th, and the Pittsfield Suns, they need to get something going. They're down 10-0 against Worcester. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at GoCoastGuard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Now the top of the 6th as the Pittsfield Suns, to continue their postseason, they need something brewing here in the inning. They trail by a score of 10-0 right now against the Worcester Bravehearts, the FCBL 2018 co-champions. Jack Cooney, a victim of 2 strikeouts against Angelo Baez, who still has a lot in the tank as the first pitch misses inside 1-0. Just look at the amount of pitches that he's thrown, and it's quite something right now for Baez. But then again, are we that surprised? This one is hit foul, and the count is 1-1.
76 pitches on the board for Angelo Baez now.
Forty-six strikes, 29 balls. As this one's lifted into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit and potentially more. Rounding first will be Cooney. He's going to jot into second. He's going to hold up there with a leadoff double.
If you're going to want to start a rally, that's a little way to do it. A leadoff double for Jack Cooney. He struggled in this one, 2 strikeouts. But he's come alive here in the top of the 6th to get the rally started for Pittsfield.
First pitch, that gets in the zone for a called strike to Strack. 0 for 2. There's choice to end the third his last time up. Here is the 0-1, misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was unfortunate the last time up. Nate Cormier was stealing when Troy Strack ripped one up the middle, and unfortunately, Mariano Ricciardi went to go cover the base on the stolen base, and the ball went right to him and tagged the bag at second for the 3rd out of the inning. That would have been a single had the runner not been stealing, and would have been a run for Pittsfield. This game could be totally different.
1-1 hits on the lower outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody gone. Runner on second for the Suns as they trail 10-0 in the top of the 6th. Baez been a fantastic pitcher all season long. He continues to show his greatness in the postseason. And the 1-2 is fouled behind us over the press box. The count is 1-2. Now the 1-2, chopper down the third base side, but foul. And the count is now 1-2. Baez now at 81 pitches. If he hits 90 this inning, we will not see him in the 7th. Again, the college rule is you can't go into a new inning if you've pitched 90 or more. You can't go against a new batter if you pitched 100 or more. As this one shifts foul again, and the count remains 1-3, as this will be the 7th pitch of the plate appearance on this 1-2 count.
Well, Troy Strack making that pitch count go up for Baez with the 7 in this at bat, so likely we won't see Baez next inning, but we'll see.
1-2, swung on a miss for strike 3. A good battle for Strack, however, upping the pitch count. As this will bring up Matt Malcolm. Malcolm robbed of a base knock into left center field after a line drive where Tyler Becker dove up in the air, jumped up, and snatched it right out of midair. First pitch, first called strike. Count is 0-1. 84 pitches now. Now an 0-1 here to Malcolm. The 0-1 called strike 2. Beautiful pitch there on the outside corner. And the next pitch up the middle for a base hit. And will they round the runner? Yes, they will. Let's see the throw home. And the play at the plate is in time. They say they tagged him. A base hit for Matt Malcolm, gunned down at home, 8-2. Suns just having an unlucky day all over. The one time they get some offense going, there's nothing they can do.
Well, I like the aggressiveness of Matt Gidman over at third base coach. Down 10-0, you really got to try to score that run. see if they can get your team back in the game. But unfortunately, a beautiful throw out in center field by Johnson. Good tag by the catcher, Livingston.
First pitch, and there a called strike to Jackson Peterson. 87 pitches for Baez.
Starting to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen for Worcester now.
Make that 88 with a ball. If Peterson has the pitch count in his back pocket, he's going to be holding here.
No matter what the pitch. If you were smart, you knew what the pitch count was. You would definitely take a pitch here, see what he does.
Here's a 1-1. He does. As we will not be seeing Angelo Baez next inning, he will officially hit the pitch count maximum, as this will be pitch number 90. Peterson, he's 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. Here's a 2-1. Catches the inside corner at the knees, a called strike. Now it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, a runner on first. The deuces wild pitch from Angelo Baez. Swung on a miss for strike 3. A dominant performance by Baez. He will end his outing in dominant fashion with a quality start, giving up only 3 hits. Now we head through 5.5 to the bottom of the 6th. No runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Bottom 6, and it is 10-0. Bravehearts lead the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns. That will be number 35 for the Suns staff. And that is none other than right-handed hurler Henry Leak. For Henry Leak on the regular season, he was 3-0 with 2 saves, a 1.28 ERA. 13 appearances, all from the pen. He's pitched a collective of 14 innings, given up 11 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk to 22 strikeouts. And right now, they need his efficiency.
Do they ever? He, for me, was one of the best relief pitchers in the FCBL this season. He was automatic almost every time he went out there. He had a successful outing, had at least 1 strikeout in all 13 of his outings this season.
Henry Leak looking in the first pitch, hits the outside corner. A called strike. Count is 0-1 as Leak facing off against Chris Rinaldi. A triple his last time up. Pitch misses up and in. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Leak trying to work with a quick pace here. As this one does not catch the outside corner. Now 2-1. Hot shot into center. Getting underneath this one is Cooney, and he'll stay on his feet and make the grab. Now with 1 gone, this will bring up Mac Chelly, 1 for 2 on the day, an RBI single back in the 3rd. First pitch swinging, first pitch fouling off, and the count is 0-1.
Still those 2 hitters not with a hit for the Worcester Bravehearts. 7 out of their 9 starters do have hits, but also 7 out of their 9 starters have RBIs in this game as well. So much production from this Worcester Bravehearts team here today.
Including 4 RBI by Ben Rice. Leak with 1-1. Big cut of miss from Chelly, and now it's 1-2. On the stretch and the pitch. Oh, not catching the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Bottom of the 6th. 10-0. Bravehearts lead the Suns. Here's the pitch. Foul back towards us, and yeah, I was not expecting that. It was like much the same as you. I was blinking, saying, wait a minute, how did that one stop?
Yeah.
There's protective netting here in Worcester. Again, the 2-2. This one misses inside, and now the count full at 3-2.
That's right. We're not used to that, really, back at Wacona Park.
Not at all. This is a check swing that gets onto the concourse. Looks like there's some Pittsfield Suns fans in attendance.
Made the trip out. Very nice.
As this one smoked, but foul. Just missed that one. This is what I was talking about. Don't be fooled by the 1 home run on the regular season by Chelly. He is a monster hitter.
Sure is.
From the stretch is Leak. The payoff. Swung on, popped up, and I'll get onto the concourse as well. And this will be the 10th pitch of the plate appearance by Mac Chelly. One other game for the FCBL playoffs. Again, Nashua at North Shore. What's happening there, Colin?
Well, Nashua still got the 6-4 lead. No scoring since the 4th in that game.
This one, a hot shot in the right center field. The right fielder will cut it. The throw will come into second, but it's a low throw, and that'll be a 1-out 2-bagger by Mac Chelly.
Well, we put that ball fair and put it into the right center gap. That's an easy double out there for Chelly. Not a lot of speed, but put it deep enough in the outfield that it can get over to second. More hits for the Bravehearts in this game.
Here's a first pitch to Tyler Becker. Swing and miss. The count is 0-1. Becker is one of the 2 Bravehearts without a hit today. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, waved at and missed. Now it's 0-2. Five Bravehearts have an RBI, 4 for Rice. As the pitch misses inside, 1-2.
Well, despite the struggles today from Tyler Becker, he was an all-star. 1 for 2 in the all-star game. Hit .241 this season. Slumped off after the all-star game a little bit.
1-2, the slump will continue with a swing and miss. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Bringing up Riley Livingston, who has reached base all 3 times. A single, RBI fielder's choice, a walk, and a run scored in the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th innings. With a nod, here's a pitch. That's in there, a called strike. 0-1 to Riley Livingston. 2 gone, runner on second. An insurance run, if you want to call it that, sits on second. As a big cut and miss there from Livingston makes it now 0-2.
Henry Leak continues the trend of striking out at least one batter in all of his appearances this season. He's done it once again in this game.
And the only walk he gave up was back on the 29th, actually. That was his only walk of the regular season. The 0-2. Thought he had him with a bender. Does not, however. Just missing out of the zone. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't be surprised if this is the only inning that we see Henry Leak. He's only worked more than 1 inning one time. That was a 4-3 victory against Westfield on June 21st.
Caught on a miss for strike 3. That will end the inning. And the first clean inning since the 2nd. Clean inning, of course, with no runs. Off of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left, we now head through 6 full to the top of the 7th. Pittsfield Suns trail the Worcester Bravehearts by a score of 10-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality. So it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school. And if you see a student with one, or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your heels together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travel.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network at Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field in Worcester, Massachusetts. Billy Madewell and Colin Quinn here. As in the inning, or I should say in the ball game, it is 10-0 Bravehearts all over the Pittsfield Suns. As there's a new pitch in the ball game, number 58, Brendan Case. He'll face up against Matt Valente. And the first pitch, and it's in there, a called strike, 0-1. As for Brendan Case on the year, in 10 appearances, he has a 1-0 record, a 2.70 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 5 walks, and 13 strikeouts. Here's the first pitch. Following the called one, it's a swinging one, and the count is now 0-2.
Well, Brendan Case has just been magnificent through his last 5 starts. 5 innings in his last 5 starts. Gave up absolutely nothing. No hits, no runs. Couple of walks, just 2 of them. And also had 7 strikeouts in that span as well.
Case shaking the head. Now he'll nod. Bring the glove slowly down. And the 0-2. This is low outside of all 2 strikes.
It's the first time that the Suns are seeing Case this season, either home or away.
The 1-2 foul back. We'll go again to 1-2.
Suns got to be happy to see Angelo Baez out of this game. He was just stellar in this game. Suns knew he was going to be at the top of his game, and he was at the top of his game. So good in this game.
And the 1-2. Inside. Now 2-2 to Valente.
Baez came out with 8 strikeouts in the game. Only set up 2 walks. Allowed 3 hits. He was so good.
Par for the course. 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Valente goes down for the second straight time on swinging strikes. Jack Kalumovic. Kalumovic, he's popped out to both third base and second base. Trying to get something a little bit more towards the outfield. First pitch, that misses low. Just below the knees, maybe a tad outside as well. And the count is 1-0.
Well, for Brendan Case, he's never gone more than 1 inning in an outing for Worcester, so this might be the only inning we see him in the top of the 7th.
He's faced a maximum of 5 batters, it appears, as this pitch misses in. And now it's 2-0.
That's right. He's done that 3 times, and 2 of those 3, he gave up his 3 earned runs combined. Once against the Blues and once against the Silver Knights.
Here is a wind and the 2-0. Swinging and missing there is Kalumovic. As he was expecting this one middle high, turned out to be out in middle. With the sign is Case. He's going to set from the windup. He'll kick and deal. 2-1. Cut on a miss there from Kalumovic for strike 2. And now the count is 2-2. Kalumovic going to readjust the gloves there as in his second year again. They really wanted to get to Baez early. Unfortunately, they had Baez really the most of them. 3 hits against, a quality start for Baez. And with a 10-run cushion, he's in line for the win as a 2-2 is swung on a miss for strike 3. Bringing up Taylor Beckett, who is 0 for 1 to walk. Suns really no success against this Bravehearts pitching column.
Not at all. They've just shut down Pittsfield Suns offense. It just hasn't looked good here today.
Case with that Clayton Kershaw-esque motion going high to low as this pitch misses low and outside. 1-0 starting off against Taylor Beckett.
Wonder what the energy is like down in the Pittsfield Suns dugout right now, how down and out of it the Suns feel. They feel like they can even mount any sort of comeback.
As the pitch misses inside, now it's 2-0.
Saw some heroics just a couple of weeks ago, maybe 12 days, I believe, or so ago.
Sean Gamlin warming up in the pen for the Suns. He might be out next inning. As the next pitch misses outside. Now 3-0. Beckett more than likely, I would say 99% sure he's going to be taking this pitch. You're down by 10. 3-0 count, 2 gone. Why swing? Here is the pitch. He does swing, and it hits the top of the netting. Well, there's a 1%er for you.
There you go. Why swing or why not swing? You're down 10, you're down 10. There's reasons for both of it. Might as well get aggressive, see if you get at your pitch. You got a pitch, but fouled it back.
Now the 3-1. Swung on, foul tip. No, swung on and missed. And the count is now full 3-2.
Come on, Bravehearts fans, let's stop next week. Let's make some noise. We want a third strike. Come on.
Let's hope that camera holds with all this shaking. Here's a payoff. High fly ball headed towards right. Incoming is the right fielder. And Thrasher will make the final out of the inning. And in the inning, it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's stretch time in Worcester. 10-0, Bravehearts lead the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball, the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Elizabeth has got a couple of hits to say take me out to the ball game because it would be something stretch without it. Take it away.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
We now head to the bottom of the seventh with a new pitcher in the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns, and that is number 24, Sean Gamlin.
Gamlin on the year 0-1, a 6.56 ERA in 13 games. All of them were out of the bullpen. One save on the year, 12 in a third innings, 23 strikeouts, had 12 walks, gave up 12 hits. And his last appearance was August 3rd against the Rocks, went one inning, one strikeout in the game, faced a minimum of 3 batters in the game. He's had his struggles this season, especially on July 14th when he went just a third of an inning, giving up 5 hits and 5 runs.
First pitch to Johnson is cut on and missed, and the count is 0-1.
Gamlin has been good his last 4 appearances, however.
From the stretch, that's what Gamlin works exclusively from. And the 0-1, that misses high. And the count is now 1-1. Again, it's bottom 7, Bravehearts all over the Pittsfield Suns, 10-0. As Gamlin with the 1-1. That misses upstairs. And the count now, it is 2-1 as we have a special guest in the broadcast booth. Of course, we're in the Worcester broadcast booth, but the count is 1-1. Johnson with the 2-1, another high and tight pitch. And the count is now 3-1 as we have Kristen Huss, team president for the Pittsfield Suns. Kristen, how's it going?
Hello, everybody. How are you, Billy?
I am doing, well, fantastic as the Pittsfield Suns. They're trying to come back.
They can do it. I've seen them do more than this.
They come back from a 10-2 deficit earlier this year, and that was a late game affair, but not going to happen when you're walking pitchers, or batters, rather. So that's a walk, bringing up the leadoff hitter, Nicholas Martin, the left fielder, but you took the drive out all the way from where, Hudson Valley?
I sure did. I came up to Pittsfield last night, went home to New York this morning, and came up.
True dedication.
It's true dedication. I wasn't able to get to as many games as I had hoped, so here I am tonight.
Well, you're also busy out in Hudson Valley with Renegades, part of the New York Penn League. How are they doing? I heard they're doing quite well.
They are doing pretty good. They just took over first place last night, so we're all pretty happy.
As the first pitch that misses Lone away, 1-0 with a runner on first. Talking with Kristen Huss, former general manager, now current team president for the Pittsfield Suns.
I'm also extremely proud of these guys right here, the Suns out in the fields. They had a great season, a lot to be proud of. A lot of great players on and off the field, so I'm excited for these guys.
Especially with a franchise record in wins, because we don't like to count the home run derby wins as regular wins.
Right, exactly. So great year for Coach Gedman and Coach Leakus and all the players, so happy for all of them.
It's been a good year for the Suns, even though tonight's not turning out in their favor. But
hey, there's still plenty of time left.
There is plenty of time left. It's not going their way just quite yet, but we've seen stranger things, and we're not talking about the Netflix series either.
Exactly. But no, really proud of all these guys. I wasn't able to go to every game, but I did watch them from afar, and a lot of great guys. So, and Billy, I listened to you a lot this summer, so
probably a little too much.
A little too much, but Billy, you did a tremendous job out there. So.
I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for keeping me informed.
Well, as much as I could. But thank you again for joining us. Now, why don't you go out and enjoy yourself? You're supposed to be a fan, not working.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks everyone for supporting the Suns, and we'll all see you soon. Hopefully, we'll see you back at Wacona on Wednesday.
Let's hope. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Huss, team president of the Pittsfield Suns, and the director of community development, vice president for the Hudson Valley Renegades, which is the Pittsfield Suns sister team, which is one of the teams that I've actually broadcasted for once upon a time. I'm waiting on an invite back, but there's a problem with that. I will be on my honeymoon, so we'll certainly wait on that. Here's Mariano Ricciardi. Have a day. He is 3 for 4 with a double, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Or, excuse me, no stolen base, wild pitch advance. A swing and miss. The count is 0-1. Runners on first and second, nobody gone. As Sean Gamlin has a sign. Check second. And the pitch. Big swing and miss there. And the count now is 0-2 to Mariano Ricciardi, one of the staples in Worcester for the past couple years. Ricciardi, highly touted hitter, speedster, glove made of gold, what have you. He's been one of the best players for Worcester for quite some time. As this one's fouled into the stands, that's going to hit off the concourse, and that's going to one-hop right to a fan.
Well, Ricciardi doesn't strike out too much. 16 strikeouts all season long and played in 44 games, 164 at-bats. Boy, he is just the real deal out at second base.
That is less than 10% of the time. 164, 16 strikeouts. Yeah, that's like, I think 98% or 0.098%, something like that. 9.8%. I can do math now. As a swing and miss, down goes Ricciardi. Speaking of, John Thrasher, a sac fly his last time up. So he's got an RBI, 2 runs scored. Again, want to thank Kristen Huss for joining in the broadcast booth. Gamlin. With the pitch, a check swing misses outside. 1-0.
Gamlin put his first 2 runners on that he faced, 2 walks. His high of walks this season is 3 in a game. He did that back on June 11th against Nashville at 3. Just an inning pitched.
Pitch also misses outside. Now 2-0. Looks
like the Suns got a lefty up in the bullpen. Can't exactly see what number is down the right field line, but some more throwing going on Pittsfield bullpen.
2-0, a high fly ball out to center, getting underneath this one. And reaching up and making the grab, that being Kyle Cronk, the defensive center fielder, subbing Jack Cooney out. Ben Rice has had the best day of any player right now. He is batting 2 for 3 with 4 ribbies and a run scored. He has also walked. Gamlin from the stretch. Jack second, and the pitch. Hits the outside corner, 0-1.
Well, the guy who's having a pretty good day in the other game right now, Mr. Logan Bravo, a 3-run home run for the North Shore Navigators, and they are now on top 8-6 in that game. They have come back from being down 5-0 at one point all the way, and now they lead 8-6 in the top of the 8th.
That one swung on fouled way back. That's amazing. North Shore never quits, never tries to stop. And right now in Lynn, Massachusetts, a bit further up the road from us, that is a game being played there. This one right now, more or less, just a blowout for the Bravehearts. Here's the 0-2, misses well inside. Now the count is 1-2.
So if the results hold the way they are right now, and North Shore and Worcester were to win, North Shore would head to Bristol, and the Worcester Bravehearts would head to Brockton, taking on the Rocks tomorrow. Those games will start tomorrow.
1-2 to Rice, swung on yet again, fouled off. That one all the way going to Fitton Ave. 1-2 the count.
Still baseball to be played in both games, however. Suns down to 6 outs in this game. But they see if they can pull together a little rally.
Gamlin checks second, and the 1-2. Swung on, and yet again another foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 gone, runners on first and second. Gamlin sets from the stretch. And now the 1-2. Swung on, and oh boy, that's the 4th foul ball in a row. And a great grab there by the man on deck. And that is not Chris Rinaldi. That'll be a pinch hitter.
That's Ben McNeil down there for Worcester. Getting ready to come into this one. Worcester might be emptying their bench a little bit here as they are up by a significant number of runs.
Now the 1-2 bounces in for a ball. This will be the 8th pitch on a 2-2 count with 2 gone and runners on first and second. So a true deuces wild pitch upcoming. Gamlin with the deuces wild pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. That will end the inning. As we now head through 7 full to the top of the 8th. It is 10-0. Bravehearts lead the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
New pitcher in the ball game for the visiting, or I should say hometown, Worcester Bravehearts. It's an away game. It's very rare for us right now. That is number 35, Jack Morningham. For the Worcester Bravehearts, that'll end the line on Brandon Kaysen. He will continue his streak of only pitching 1 inning. But for Jack Morningham for the Worcester Bravehearts, Morningham is 1-0 with a 3.20 ERA. In 9 appearances, 1 start. His 1 start was a complete game. 19 2/3 innings pitched, 18 hits, 11 runs, 7 of them earned, 4 walks to 17 strikeouts.
That complete game, a no-hitter for Moynihan. Went 7 innings, no hits, gave up 1 run. It was not earned, had 1 walk, 5 strikeouts in the game against Bristol on July 31st, just a short time ago.
That's right. That was the doubleheader game. And that was the last time that he was out, no?
It was indeed. His only start of the season.
Oh, there must have been an error. That's why it was 5-1. Gave up a walk. That's really it.
Yep.
Here's the first pitch since the no-hitter, and it's upstairs to Dom Hughes. Next pitch that misses upstairs. 2-0 the count now to the left fielder, Dom Hughes. Over at first, I believe that is still Chelly. Ben McNeil, I believe, will pinch hit next inning. Here is a windup. And the 2-0. Just missing outside. Now 3-0.
Well, team president Kristen Huss said it could be our rally coming up for the Suns. It'd be huge if they get their leadoff on.
Oh, this is popped up on a 3-0 pitch, headed towards third. Grabbing that one is Rinaldi. 1 gone.
Hughes gets too aggressive on the 3-0 pitch and just pops that one up lazily to the third baseman. No trouble over there for Rinaldi. And a quick 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Not looking good for the Suns. 5 outs away from season ending.
Second baseman number 10, Nate Cormier, will dig in. And the first pitch, hot shot into center going back is Johnson. However, he will reach up and make the grab for 2 gone. And this will be the first time that Kyle Cronk will be batting, as he came in defensively last inning. Cronk on the year batted 195 in 29 games. No homers, 5 RBI, no errors in 29 games played. Hot shot headed towards third. Oh, gobbling that one up is Rinaldi. Throw over to first, picked by Chelly. That will end the inning as the bad luck continues for the Suns. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Suns. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head to the bottom of the 8th through 7.5. All Worcester, 10-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone?
Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
New pitcher in the ball game for the visiting Pittsfield Suns. It is the southpaw, number 4, Milton Vrionis. Vrionis on the year for the Pittsfield Suns. In 12 appearances, he has 1 start, an 0-2 record with a save, a 9.36 ERA, however. Has had some pretty rough games. It's been really hit or miss. 16 in the third innings, giving up 13 hits, 17 runs, all of them earned, 16 walks, and 16 strikeouts. And this will be the first time that Ben McNeil will be hitting. As McNeil batted .234 in the regular season, 2 homers, 19 RBI. The lefty well sent from the stretch. And the first pitch from Vrionis. That misses letter high, 1-0.
Well, hit or miss is probably the best way to describe Vrionis this season. It's been a miserable last 3 outings for Vrionis.
1-0, that does hit the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's had his bright spots as well. June 29th at North Shore, which ended up in a home run derby. He went 2 innings, struck out 5 in 6 batters faced.
Swung on and missed, and now the count is 1-2.
But he also has taken a couple of bad losses. 2 innings pitched, 5 hits given up, 6 runs, 6 earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. July 28th, right here at Pittsfield against the Bravehearts, and a 9-2 loss for the Suns.
Now the 1-2 misses lone outside, leaving up the count at 2-2 for Ben McNeil, replacing Chris Rinaldi, who on the day, Rinaldi went 2 for 4 with an RBI triple and a run scored. So Vrionis will sent from the 2-2. And he'll deal. The 2-2 swung on a miss for strike 3. And this will bring up Mac Chelly.
Thanks a lot, Ben. Next up,
Chelly 2 for 3 on the day, a double his last time up. Before that, an RBI single. And the pitch. High fly ball to left. Getting underneath this is Hughes. He will reach up against the night sky, and he will make the grab. Now bringing up Tyler Becker. Still waiting on a hit. One of 2 Bravehearts that are waiting on a hit. Becker is 0 for 4 in the contest. He would really love to join his counterparts with some offense. And a lefty versus lefty confrontation starts with a pitch inside, 1-0. From the stretch, Vrionis with the 1-0. Swung on and missed. about shoulder high, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. In the bottom of the 8th, it's been Worcester Bravehearts baseball all day long. It's 10-0. 1-1 swung on, and he spins a pirouette, and the count is 1-2.
Well, Becker led the Worcester Bravehearts this season with 38 strikeouts.
Here's the kick in the 1-2, missing high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now a step off from Vriones. As the 5-seeded Pittsfield Suns take on the 4-seeded Worcester Bravehearts, and it's been all Worcester. It's a 2-2 count, and the pitch. That bounces in for a ball, will bring things full, but there's a 3 hosting 6 matchup that's going on. There was a comeback after a 5-0 lead, which was blown. What's going on now with that, Colin?
Well, the Nashua Silver Knights have added 1 run to the top of the 8th. They're still batting. Man on first, 2 outs in the inning. Luis Attiles with a walk, which had advanced on a wild pitch there.
The 3-2 is chopped over towards second to Cormier. Flip over to first in time. And that will end the inning as the Pittsfield Suns, their season rides on this next half inning. They're down by 10. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The first time the Suns go 1-2-3 is at the tail end of the ball game. 10-0 Bravehearts lead it. Suns due up in the top of the 9th. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone?
Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
see store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
Because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Top of the 9th. This is the last chance for the Pittsfield Suns as their season rides on this inning, but be pretty tall for them to come back from this. They trail 10-0. And they'll have the 2, 3, 4 batters scheduled. Strack, Malcolm, and Peterson.
Pittsfield shortstop number 8 from Lyon College, throw strike.
Jack Morningham still out there looking to close this one out in a non-save situation. And the first pitch that misses upstairs, 1-0.
Well, 2, 3, 4 hitters are good hitters to start a rally with. See if the Suns can get on the board, and it looks to be their final game of the season.
1-0. Trying to frame that one was Livingston to no avail. And the count is 2-0. McNeil takes over at third. Otherwise, it's more the same. Hot shot into left. Back there is Martin. He will reach up, 1 gone. Now with a fly out to left, this will bring up the right fielder, number 27, Matt Malcolm, who singled his last time up. And really the big blow against the Suns, you have Matt Malcolm, who is in right field today. He is normally a catcher, a DH. We only saw him out in right field since the injury to Mark Coley, who's been a big bat that the Suns have certainly missed, and it's shown as the first pitch is in there, called strike.
No doubt Mark Coley was a guy that was consistent all season long with doubles, singles, home runs, what have you. He was the guy that the Suns leaned on all season long for production.
Pitch misses, low and outside, 1-1. He is here today in attendance to support his team. Spoke with his father yesterday, and he said he's more or less done. That wrist injury, doesn't want to risk it, especially with fall ball coming up pretty shortly. And pitch misses outside, 2-1. And plus, he already got hit on the wrist in a game earlier to the exact same wrist. So I don't fault him for trying to play it safe here, especially with one game left to play. As here's a 2-1, a hot shot, but it hits the dirt before the third base bag after the chalk line came up. It went foul, so the count is 2-2.
Well, Coley in his full uniform down in the dugout, but unable to take part in this game. This game could be completely different if he was in the lineup. But the Suns gave it their all here tonight. Just the Bravehearts were much, much better.
2-2, cut on a miss for strike 3. And the Pittsfield Suns are down to their final outs of the season. Jackson Peterson is 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 strikeouts. Jackson Peterson, along with Mark Coley, the finalist for the 2019 FCBL MVP. Here's a windup and the pitch. Big cut and miss there from Peterson, 0-1. Windup from Morningham and the 0-1. This one slapped foul. Now the Suns are down to their final strike. Morningham will toe the rubber. Morningham has a sign, the wide and the 0-2. Swung on, driven deep to center field. Going back is Johnson to right center field, and this one's gone. Peterson, with some late offense, gets rid of the shutout with a solo bomb. The home run king makes sure that the Suns do not go out with nothing. They now trail 10-1. Just a monster bomb by Jackson Peterson, but again, there's a reason why he has a home run crown this year.
Peterson didn't want his last at-bat as a Pittsfield Sun to be something to be disappointed with, so he goes yard. And the Suns are on the board, and that feels really good.
If he's going yard, he's got a first down. Matt Valente is 0 for 3 as he drills this one into right center field. Going back is Johnson on the run. He will reach up, and he will make the grab, and that will end the season for the Pittsfield Suns as they lose this one by a final score of 10-1. We'll be right back with the Pittsfield Suns postgame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Now, back to Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with your host, Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. here at Hanover Insurance Park at Pittsfield in Worcester, Massachusetts. The Pittsfield Suns, they lose in the wild card round by a final score of 10-1. My name is Billy Manuel, joined alongside by me is Colin Quinn, Angelo Baez. The only two words you need to explain for this contest and why it got away from the Suns.
Yeah, I don't even know if you really knew to explain him. He was just so magnificent. The Suns knew he was going to be good, and he was more than good. He was just off the charts, fantastic. Suns couldn't get to him, and that results in a loss. And unfortunately for the Suns, if you lose this game, your season's over. So unfortunately, the season has come to an end, but a fun season it was all season long. It's a memorable one.
It certainly is memorable, even though they lost in the wild card round. They lose this one 10-1, and they get rid of the shutout with a solo shot by the home run king, Jackson Peterson. A solo shot to deep right center field. It ends the contest, but with that, they lose this one 10-1. Not going to go through the scoring recap. It's just all Angelo Baez, by the way. He's getting the win tonight. Getting the loss will be Mike Noki. For the Pittsfield Suns, player of the game, of course, has to be Jackson Peterson, pitcher of the ball game. Really, you look at the relief corps, especially in the tail ends. The last runs came in for the Bravehearts in the fifth. But for the Pittsfield Suns, when it came to pitching, really they had reliable pitching for Leak, Gamlin, and Riona. So we'll just hand off the pitcher of the game to those three pitchers as a co-pitcher of the ball game. Suns dropped this one by a final score of 10-1, a tough loss, but an otherwise great season with a franchise record in wins. They dropped this one 10-1. The analysis, again, Suns just cannot get the offense going against Angelo Baez, but again, it is Angelo Baez for that very same reason. There's a reason why he was so successful, and he's a candidate for the pitcher of the year in the FCBL. But for the final time, Colin, I will ask you for your final thoughts on not just the contest, but the season.
Well, for the contest, I'm so glad that Jackson Peterson was able to pull one over the fence, and the Suns were not blanked in this game, and they were able to put up at least one run on the board. It's so good to see at least one on the board, even though they were blown out 10-1. But for the season, man, it's a season to remember for the Pittsfield Suns. My first season as the color commentator, one of the color commentators for the Pittsfield Suns. There's been so many guys on the team that I'll remember for a long time and follow for a long time. Jackson Peterson, Matt Malcolm, pretty much everybody on the team. I want to shout out to everybody on the team for making this summer so fantastic, and to my broadcast partners, Billy, and I know Steve is listening at home. You guys have been awesome all season long, welcoming me to Pittsfield. I've never been to Pittsfield. It's my first time in Pittsfield, so I just am so grateful for this opportunity to be a broadcaster for the Pittsfield Suns and for the FCBL. And I know the Pittsfield Suns, not the way that fans at home wanted them to end the season. We're hoping for at least one more game at Wacona Park, but unfortunately that's not going to happen this season. They'll be back next season with new players, new guys, new pitchers, maybe some new relief corps, and we'll see what the Pittsfield Suns have for next season. But for this season, it was an absolute pleasure to be able to call all the home games plus this one road game that we went on to Worcester. They were so welcoming here, so thank you to the Worcester Bravehearts as well for being so welcoming to us. And we'll see where the Suns go next season, but to the guys this season, big thank you to them, and we'll see. Hopefully they make it far in the MLB. We'll see.
And now we have Steve O'Brien on the phone in the broadcast. Steve, can you hear us? Steve, can you hear us? I don't think he can. Steve, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Very spotty, but we're going to give it a go. Go on ahead and tell your final thoughts on the season.
Well, guys, it was an absolute pleasure calling ball games with you. I had a fantastic time. I can't express enough how happy I was to be a part of this organization and this broadcast booth. This has been my dream for a while now, and to take the first step towards achieving that with you guys and with the whole team, it was really fantastic. So thank you both for having me. I wish you were under better circumstances than I'm talking to you right now, but there will always be next year.
That's very true. Steve, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. as this ball game started at 7:08 and ended at 9:38 for a game time total of 2 hours and 30 minutes. Final score is 10-1. My final thoughts on the season: it was a successful one, even though it was unsuccessful for the postseason, losing in the wild card game. This has been a long time coming. Really want to thank everyone part of the Worcester Bravehearts organization, from Dave Peterson, general manager, all the way down to the interns. A fantastic staff, one of the best organizations in the league. Certainly wish them the best as they try to repeat as champions in the FCBL. But for this, it was something for the Pittsfield Suns for them to go this far. Again, to thank you to Kristen Huss, the team president, to Michael Lieberman, the general manager, the food and beverage director, Cindy Lieberman, to the entire Sun staff, to every single fan who has listened in, and especially those of you who have actually sought out myself, Steve, and Colin, saying we do a great job. It means more than you think. And, of course, I got to give a special shout-out to my wife as well, and who's been an absolute pleasure. And now that the baseball season is over, I have one thing to look forward to, and that is my honeymoon coming up at the end of the month. So for that, right now, the Pittsfield Suns season sets. But, again, there's always next year, and plus these players going to be playing fall ball. But for this year, I've been part of the organization since 2012, since they were founded, been part of Wacona Baseball with broadcasting since 2011. So this is my 9th year broadcasting, 8th year on play-by-play. I want to say thank you to everyone who has listened in, everyone who has supported us, everyone who has given us their vote of confidence, their vote of approval, and those of you who have enjoyed yourself listening to this idiot here, calling some fantastic baseball games, as I take pride in every single call that I do when it comes to having you listen into the ball game and allowing me the pleasure to call those ball games for you. We don't know what will happen in the future, but we do know this: the Pittsfield Suns have had a great season. So for the final time this season, we say this. Alongside Colin Quinn, Steve O'Brien, Kristen Huss, Michael Lieberman, Cindy Lieberman, Jennifer Madewell, everyone part of the Pittsfield Suns organization, for players, coaches, umpires, and fans, this is Billy Madewell signing off, saying thank you, thank you, thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball and the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Have yourself a great evening. Have yourself a wonderful offseason. And don't forget, we got Pittsfield Suns Baseball coming up. Here goes 2020. Have yourself a wonderful offseason.
Thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Please join us next time for more exciting baseball action from Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park. This play-by-play broadcast of Pittsfield Suns Baseball was a production of the Pittsfield Suns. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the Pittsfield Suns is strictly prohibited.